Hello everybody, Guillotine here, and welcome to my review of the Transformers Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Constructicon Mixmaster. Yes, another Constructicon. I am so bad at this whole putting the first team together before I move on to the next one. Don't worry, I actually have picked up a couple of them. They're on their way. I got Bone Crusher and Brawl, so they'll be coming soon, but I found this guy at Target. I couldn't resist. He was one of the, he is one of the ones that was on my list. I did want him really badly. I love his design. I absolutely love the design of Mixmaster in the movies, and I think he was so cool in Revenge of the Fallen. He's not in there for too long, but the scenes that he is in, I think he is really, really cool. And overall, I really dig his design. I believe his design is one of the best among the Constructicons. I don't know if I like it more than Scavenger or Rampage. Those are probably my two favorite designs, but he's in there. I really, really like him. So, without further ado, let's get in here on the box. Let's just move Mixmaster to the back here. So, here is the box. We have a nice picture of Mixmaster right there. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, which is a movie that I personally like. Transformers Generation. On the top, on this side, you have a nice picture of Devastator logo right there. On the back, it shows you some obligatory product shots, robot mode, vehicle mode, and you have his little display box right there. Transforms in 21 steps, licensed by Mac, which is pretty cool. On this side, you have a nice picture of Mixmaster 53 Studio Series, and on the top, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, and that will do it for that. And here is Mixmaster, and I quite like him, although he has his issues for sure. But getting in here on the vehicle mode, I really like the vehicle mode. I think it is absolutely awesome. I really dig it. But one of my main issues with, he does have some issues in this mode. One issue that I'm going to point out right away is that he doesn't sit flat, as you can see here. He has kind of, the thing is kind of leaning down this way. Now, you might think you might just think I transformed him incorrectly, but I swear to God I didn't. This is the best you can get it. It's not, you cannot get it any better than this. It's just the way he's designed. I've done everything I've done everything I can to get it straightened out. Luckily, it does not impede his ability to roll. Now, you do have to make sure you transform him properly to get him to roll. These two pieces right here are what's our big offenders for not letting him roll. These little arm pieces right here. You just have to fold these up as high as you can, and then if you do that, he will roll just fine, as you can see here. Now, the details I really like here. I really like that he does have the Decepticon symbol on the hood right there. That is just so cool. Right there. That is just so cool. It is, like I said, licensed by Mac, so he does have the Mac logo in the front there. The grill looks really cool. The colors are awesome. I do wish he had some more purple in him, though, because if I remember correctly in the movie, he had more purple on him. And on the mixing drum, I wish he had the Decepticon symbol, because if you remember in the movie, when he gets introduced, they just zoom in on this piece, and then they zoom in on the construction, on the tank, and it's just turning, and it reveals the Decepticon symbol. So, I do wish he had the Decepticon symbol on there. That was something I do wish he had. But overall, I do quite like his vehicle mode. I think it looks really cool. Now, for comparison, here he is with Scrapper, and here he is with Scavenger. So here is my little Constructicon team I have built. These are three of the ones I definitely wanted to pick up. The next one I want is Rampage. He is the, Rampage and Long Haul are the last two that I really want to pick up Constructicon-wise. But yeah, there's how he looks with his other Constructicons. Of these three, Scavenger is still my favorite. Scavenger is still my favorite of the Studio Series figures I have picked up so far. This guy is so fucking awesome. I really like the Scrapper, and Mixmaster is also really cool. So yeah, there he is. There's a little Constructicon comparison for you. I do have reviews for both of these figures on the channel if you are interested. And here he is with Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. So you can see how they look together. And here he is with Soundwave. So you can see how he looks with a Carbot there. So there you go. I think the scale is pretty good here. Maybe not 100% perfect, because I know a mixing truck should probably be a little bit bigger should be quite a bit bigger than a car. But I don't know. It works for me. I think this looks pretty good. So yeah, there's how he scales with a standard Carbot. And there you go. Now for transformation. So, the combined mode transformation, I really don't like. I really don't like the combined mode transformation for a myriad of reasons. But the robot mode transformation, I really like. I really dig his robot mode transformation. I think it's really cool. But we gotta get this combined mode transformation out of the way. So, one thing I really don't like about this is this entire facial region. This is just really frustrating to do, but what you want to do to get him into combined mode, I'm really not looking forward to this, but here we go. Let's just do it. Let's just get it over with so we can get to the fun stuff. But, you're gonna split the entire section down the middle right here. if you can. It's a little bit difficult. And one thing I will tell you right off the bat, never try and split it from the drum here, because this drum I'm so worried is going to get scuffed up, which is one of the issues I have with this figure, because it looks like it's already like getting really scuffed up. You can see paint chipping and whatnot. It's gonna look ugly if that continues. So I would recommend always, at all costs, do not split it by the drums. Do everything in your power to avoid splitting it by the drums. There's a lot of tabs in here. It tabs in to all kinds of slots and tabs into there. A bunch of tabs and slots tab into there. So once you split that, you want to do some work over here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come over here. You're gonna split this open. Flip this in. You're going to move the hand down like that. Take this piece, unpeg it from the little peg it's in right here, which is kind of hard, and then it's on a little double joint, and you can fold it over and lift it up just like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Open this up. It's giving me a hard time for some reason. There you go. Flip this piece in. Take this piece, unpeg it from this side here, and lift it over like this, and bring that up like that. So you have that going on. Next, what you want to do is you want to come down here to this section, and you want to split this piece right here, and you want to fold them up just like that. Just like that. Now, at this point, come down here, take these little arm section here, and flip them down. Just like that. Then you want to move these pieces down just like that for now. Now what you want to do is you want to rotate this whole assembly down a little bit, and you want to peg this peg into the bottom hole right there. So that peg into that hole. So fold it over and peg this piece. Make sure these smokestacks aren't in your way. And peg it right there. And make sure you have clearance for all this stuff to sit in place right here. Don't worry, we haven't gotten to the tough part yet. The tough part is the front of this transformation. So once again, you get that peg hole into there. The other slot is the slot that it goes into for the vehicle mode. And then what you want to do is you want to combine. You want to slot all these pieces together. It slots in like a million different spots, as you can see here. It slots into like a million different spots in this mixing drum section right there. So you want to make sure you get all that together. And then what you want to do is you want to take this entire mixing drum assembly and you want to fold it out. It's on a little double joint, and you want to fold it out and fold it all the way to the front, just like that. So you have that going on. I apologize if the angle is a little bit difficult here, but this guy is really not. I really do not like this transformation, if I've made that clear. But you want to fold these pieces in like this, just like so. Get these pieces out. Oh, goodness gracious. And you want to have it look like this. You want these slots to be facing straight. You want those to be leveled. That's what you want, these little slots right here. So, you do that, and then the legs here, these are just going to tuck in to these little slots in between the wheel. You can see it does have a little crevasse right there for it to just sit into. So you just take that, feed it into there, and there you go. Do the same thing on the other side. And there you go. Now for the fun part. Alright, so what you're going to do with this is you're going to fold these pieces out just for a little bit of clearance, and then you're going to take the entire front of the truck here and remove it. Yes, parts forming. I hate parts forming as much as the next guy, but luckily, you only have to do parts forming for this combined mode, which is one of the things I don't like about this combined mode. The other thing I don't like about this combined mode is this part right here. So you have to flip this piece up, and then you're going to fold these little sections out like this. Now you have to get this face part out of there, and it's so obnoxious. I hate it. It's so difficult because there's not enough clearance to get your finger out under there. You just got to do whatever you can to get that face out of that little cab section, and it's just so not fun, man. Oh, finally, it's really obnoxious. That is my least favorite part of this entire thing, and also putting this piece back on to the cab is absolutely abhorrent, man. But once you flip this piece out, you want to flip these little sections out right there. Fold the cab roof back down like that, and these little slots that are going to tab into that peg. So as you can see there, that is going to slot right into there on either side. Flip these pieces in, and there you go. And it looks absolutely awesome. I love the way it looks. And I, of course, do have scavengers. So, alright, though. So, for what it's worth, let's combine these guys. Now, this is actually my first time doing this, so bear with me here. But I believe what you got to do is these slots right there that I'm pointing to right there are going to peg into those sections on either side of Scavenger there. So we're going to slot all this down over here. Oh, goodness gracious, this is already not fun. Like I said, first time doing this. Oh, it looks like these pegs. Okay, so these sections are going to peg into these little divots in the wheel here. Just like that. So, fuck balls. So, you can see these sections right here are going to peg into the peg hole right there in the wheel. That peg hole in the wheel right there is going to peg into the slots into these pegs. So, we're going to get that, fit that around there. Get everything in there like that, and then these pieces are gonna clip onto there. Oh, goodness gracious. And there you go. Once you get all that pegged into place, you just gotta peg all that into place, and those pieces clip on very securely, might I add, so don't worry about it not being secure. It is very secure, don't you worry about that, but this is your outcome, and holy shit, man, seeing this really makes me want to get the rest of the Constructicons so I can complete this Devastator. He looks fucking cool, dude. Let's go ahead and pop on Scrapper as well, because why not? So I'm assuming this piece is just gonna peg into this little slot right here, and sure enough, come on. Oh, I guess that's all there is to it. And there you go. There you have. Oh man, that is really, how do you, I guess you have to swivel right here and then bend, okay, whatever. There you go. There you have a little teaser of what Devastator will look like once he's complete. Honest to God, this makes me want to complete Devastator. This looks really fucking cool. Although I do stand by my previous statement, it feels like a bit of a waste because all three of these robots look absolutely awesome on their own. So if I were to get complete Devastator, I would probably not display him as Devastator, but this does make me want to complete him. This looks fucking cool, dude. It actually separates really easy though, which is nice. Alright, now I want to explain to you why I freaking hate this transformation, because getting this thing back on here is a goddamn nightmare. Now, I have to show this off. I have to, man. You can you can totally have Devastator at the top here and just have the rest as the truck and just have like a truck Devastator. It would look like something from Maximum Overdrive, but hey, you can do it. I mean, it's an option if you want to do it, but I hate this so much. I'm never doing this again. I hate this so much, man. So what you have to do is you just have to fit this over here, and it's just the most unfun bullshit ever. Wow, it actually went on really easy right there. Of course, when I'm on camera, it goes right on, but trust me, when I was doing this off camera, it took me forever, like 10 minutes to get this damn thing on. Plus, you have to imagine that that's probably gonna do some paint scraping to that Devastator head, which just I don't like that. I don't like that, man. I'm not gonna get too mad about it because at the end of the day, we're basically asking Hasbro to do the impossible with creating this fucking figure, and doing everything it can do, combining with the others to make Devastator looking anything like the movie model whatsoever. So they have to do stuff. They have to do stuff that's not going to be fun to do, but it still doesn't make it not fun to do. Also, I just completely forgot that in the fucking I'm so sorry, guys. So in the Devastator combined mode, you're supposed to put the cab on the mixing drum. Those two slots on either side of the mixing drum, you slot that in there. I'm sorry, but I'm not doing that shit again. I'm sorry. It's my fault. Hate me in the comments. I'm sorry, but I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again. So let's get to the actual fun transformation, the robot mode transformation, which I really, really enjoy. I really like the robot mode transformation. So just like with the combined mode, all you have to do to start it off is split him down the middle right here, and he just literally just splits right down the middle in every piece here. Unpeg all the pegs from either side here. Like I said, there's just a million pegs holding everything together on either side here, and you split them open just like that. Bring these feet down and split this piece right here, lift it up, bring these pieces up like that, fold these pieces all the way forward, these little smokestack pieces, just like that. And then what you want to do is you want to angle these this way just so you can get some clearance here to pull the head up here, because you don't want to you want to do that safely as to not scrape any paint off. So there you go. They have that. Now, this entire section is going to clip into that little peg hole right there. You can see that peg hole is going to slot into that right there. And boom, there you go. And now he is taking form here. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to move on to the arms, which is probably the easiest part of this. I actually really like the way the arms transform. I think it's a really neat little trick. Let's move up here. So, you want to take the hands, move them down, then you want to split this piece and fold this piece in, unpeg this piece right here, and you want to fold it down and disengage this little slot, this little pegging action right here. Fold that piece to the back like that, spin it around, fold this piece up. It actually, so there's a little section here that clips into place right there, as you can see there, and then you want to angle it back. Then you want to take this section and double jointed bend it into there, just like that. Rotate the hand around, and that is all she wrote, although there is a little peg hole right there where you want to peg the section right here. Actually, hang on. Okay, never mind. That peg hole does not fit in there. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I just noticed this. I just noticed that just now. I figured I was doing something wrong the whole time. I never use the instructions with these. I figured out on my own because I find fun with it. But no, that does not peg into there. It's just on the side here. It's not loose or anything, so who gives a fuck? But still, I thought I would point that out. So there you go. And you do the same thing on the other side. Flip this piece up if you can. Fold this piece in. Double jointed bend this down to make the shoulder pads, flip this entire assembly down, unpeg this piece, fold it to the back, bring the hand down, fold the whole assembly this way. What is going on here? Fold all that down and get him standing up just like that. The last thing you want to do is there's a little peg like they're sticking out. You want to just push that down. That's going to lift this piece up, bring that up like that. And then these little sections right here, you can do whatever you want with them. You can have them angled this way, you can bring them down, but what I like to do is I like to fill them out a little bit by moving these to the middle and then having them bent back as far as I can. That's what I like to do. I just think it fills them out a little bit more personally. And then you want to make sure the smokestacks are angled properly. And there you go. There you have Mixmaster in his robot mode. And like I said at the beginning, I love Mixmaster's movie design. I think he is just so cool. I really love this design, man. This was always one of my favorite designs. I just think he looks so cool. And then that scene in Revenge of the Fallen when he lands on top of the bridge and just knocks the flag down, you get a really nice shot of his whole look, and I just think he looks so cool, man. I really dig this. Now, unfortunately, they didn't give him the little cannon mode, which I honestly would have really liked. That would have been really cool if they could have given him the little cannon mode that he does in the movie. He turns into a cannon. I know the third-party one does that, but goddamn, that third-party Mixmaster looks like a fucking nightmare. So, whoa, man, like, pick your poison. But, holy shit, that thing looks like, if you watch Jobby the Hong, God, that thing looks atrocious. It doesn't look atrocious, it just looks like Hellraiser 3 Hell on Earth, man. As in, transforming it, whatnot. But, yeah, he doesn't have the cannon mode is what I'm trying to get at here. That was a while. Anyway, okay, whatever, let's just do it. This is all over the place. Alright, getting in here close on the face for Mixmaster, and I love it. I think the face looks awesome. Now, another complaint I have with this figure is he's a little bit dull. Honestly, he's just a little bit dull. He's just gray, silver, and black through and through, not really anything else. And if you look at the box, if you look at his CGI model here, he's got red eyes, he's got these little gold sections right there. If those were painted on here, that would make him look a lot cooler, I think, if he had these little gold sections picked out in paint, and the red eyes would also be a nice touch as well. But overall, I do think he looks really cool, and I love the design of Mixmaster. I just think he looks absolutely awesome. So, yeah, there you go. There you have the robot mode. What you see is what you get, no accessories or anything like that. And yeah, I personally dig it. Now, you can kind of mess with the arms here. You can bring them forward if you like, and that helps with posability. You can do any of that. I personally like to have them all the way back because I believe that's how he's supposed to transform. I do believe that's part of it. You can unpeg these little locking points right here, and you can bring his arms down more if you want, although it's really loose, so I don't really recommend doing it, but you can if you want. You can bring his arms down like that if you want to take advantage of it, but me personally, I like to leave them locked in and pushed to the back right there. So you do have some options for how you want to pose him, how you want to have him looking on the shelf. And as such, articulation-wise, the arms can, of course, they can go up and down, and of course, once again, they can unpeg, so you can bring them down if you want. There is a full 360 at this joint. They can go all the way around just like that. The arms right here are on a swivel, and it can go up only that far, a little bit limited, but hey, hands can go up and down just like that. No finger articulation or wrist swivel or anything like that. Absolutely nothing in the torso. There is a head joint that you can go forward that far, you can look down, you can go all the way up, you can look up if you want, and he can do a full 360, although you can also pop his head clean off. Wow, that's the first time that has ever happened, but I'm sure to just peg right back on. Yep, super easy right there. And the legs can go forward that far, can bend 90 degrees, it can go back, actually can go back quite far. The cab does not really get in the way. And yeah, that's one thing about this guy. The cab is just on his back right there, but I mean, it contains the entire combined mode head, so at the end of the day, well, what are you gonna do, man? Whatever. I don't care. One thing I love about these Studio Series figures is they don't tend to have a backpack. Like, if we bring in Scavenger here, no backpack whatsoever, which is just absolutely awesome. I really dig it when they get the back looking right. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what do you want them to do? There's an entire combined mode head in that thing. So yeah. There you go. There you have that. Oh, also the feet can go up and can go down like that, and no ankle pivot. Also a swivel right here at the that section right there. So there you go. Now for comparison, here he is with Scavenger. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all these guys in the frame here because Scavenger is huge, man. He takes up like all the real estate. And here he is with Scrapper. It looks like we can get them both. We can get all three of them in there. There you go. So there is my current collection of Constructicons right there. Once again, Scavenger is still my favorite. He still holds the title for my favorite Studio Series figure. He is just so fucking awesome, man. I love that goddamn thing. But I do really love the way Mixmaster looks with these two guys, and I definitely can't wait to get Rampage and Long Haul as well, because those are the other two I really, really want. And honestly, after seeing that Devastator, makes me really want to get the rest of them, although, God, I do not want to pay that ridiculous price to get scrap metal. But we'll see what happens, because that Devastator looks so goddamn cool, man. So, there you go. They have that. He is very wide. He takes up a lot of real estate on the shelf, you should definitely know. But here he also is with the Voyager class, Revenge of the Fallen, Megatron, right there. Although he's leaning, man, I hate the feet on this figure, man. You guys want a review of the Megatron? He is on the channel, if you're interested. God damn it, though. There's a reason why this guy just annoyed me a little bit, because those feet are just horrible. And you know what? I will go ahead and leave a link in the description down below to the Studio Series Decepticon playlist, if you're interested. And now for your generic comparisons, here he is with the NECA Ultimate Leatherface. You can see how he scales with a standard 7-inch scale figure. And here he is with the Figma Ryuko Matoi, so you can see how he scales with 6-inch scale figures right there. Now for our showcase. Actually, before the showcase, I am going to do the display base first. So you do get the same display base that came with Scrapper here. It's the pyramids from the Egypt battle right there, and these pieces flip out like that. Very cool. I do dig that he has the Devastator logo on that instead of the fucking Autobot symbol. Yeah, very, very cool, very cool. And then you can, of course, just stick him in the display if you want to, although he's very wide, like I said, so he's gonna have a bit of a tough time getting in there. I don't know, I personally don't care for these display bases. If you do, then you do, but I don't. So there you go. Have to show it off in the review, so there you go. Okay, now for our showcase. I meant for this pose to be badass, but he honestly just looks like he's dancing. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm having a hard time getting this guy in really cool, badass poses. He just, I don't know, his design just does not lend itself very well to being posed. I mean, it's an awesome design. I love the design, but it doesn't really lend itself too well to being posed, and yeah, he just, I don't know, I do really like the design, so I don't want to harp on it, but overall, he definitely is not the easiest figure to get looking really, really cool in a display, so definitely keep that in mind. But with that being said, final verdict on Mixmaster here. I think he is really cool personally. I think both modes look great. The combined mode looks great. It's a pain in the ass to get into, but I would say overall it's worth it. His articulation lacks a little bit and the posability is not the best, but overall I'm very happy with him. And for standard Voyager class figure at standard Voyager class price, I definitely think he is worth it. I am personally quite happy with him. I do like him overall. Of the 3 Constructicons I have at the moment, I think he's probably my least favorite. I think my Scavenger is still hands down my favorite. And then I think Scrapper would be my second favorite. He's my least favorite of the 3, but I still really, really like him. And I love the design. It's one of my favorite of the Constructicon designs. Him and Scavenger, in my opinion, have the coolest designs, except for Rampage as well, I think is up there as well. But yeah, I think he is really cool. And for standard Voyager price, I think he's worth it. So there you go. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, as I will be doing more Decepticon Studio Series reviews, and leave a comment down below if you would like to. And let me know in said comment what you think of Mixmaster here. And with that being said, this is DK Guillotine, signing out. I apologize, I forgot to give him a ranking. I'm gonna go ahead and give him an 8 out of 10, I think is a good rating for this guy. You know, he has those issues, he has issues in both modes, and the transformation to the combined mode is quite annoying, especially that parts forming dealio, but overall, I quite like him, so I'm going with an 8 out of 10 for him. But anyway, now I'm leaving for real this time, so thanks for watching, DK Guillotine, out!